Hello and welcome back. This part of this tutorial is made specifically for someone who will be using the Intentionator to repel Japanese beetles. What we will need is an image of the target. In this case, this is an aerial shot of the person's home, aerial shot of the person's neighborhood, an image of a natural enemy of the Japanese beetle, and a written intention for the remedy. I go into more detail of my process in my tutorial for use with the symbolic Radionics machine. I invite you to review that. So in this part, I would show you, or I will show you how to get the frequency for this particular working. And for those of you who've already ordered and received your Intentionator, I have a much better frequency chart. So if you reach out to me any way you need to, email or mail, I will send you out a new and approved frequency chart. So I need a pendulum. I have the target, my two photos, and I have my written intention, which reads, "With conscious intention and harm to no one, I ask the spirit of the Japanese beetle to refrain from harmful infestation in Nebraska in general, and specifically and I write down the address and name of the person that asked for help. I also include an image of the Om. As well as one other image. So I would have already, before I do the actual working, and I haven't yet, this is a demonstration, I will meditate beforehand, and I won't have any electrical devices around or lights and so forth. It'll be very solemn, excuse me, I shouldn't say solemn. It'll be very peaceful, very relaxing, and I'll be able to go inward to connect with that energy. And then when I feel comfortable and feel like I'm in connection with the energy I need to be, I will then hold my pendulum. And then I would ask for the correct or the best frequency in which to broadcast my intent to repel the Japanese beetle. As I'm speaking now, I am allowing my mind to go inward. Now, the frequency that I get may not necessarily be the same frequency that someone else gets. I don't know why that could be. I would speculate because of my frequency being different in a part of the world or part of the country I'm in. You know, my unique spiritual DNA, may cause a frequency that works for me, may not work well for someone else. But let me go back and see what frequency I get. Okay, what I'm going to do is, just out of curiosity, for the person that I'm making this tutorial for, I will document my actual frequency rate, but let's compare notes afterwards to see if we did have the same frequency. I am documenting the results of these experiments to one day publish, so that would be an interesting piece of information to have. All right, so once I get the frequency for the intent that I'm working with, and let me speak a little bit more about my intent. Why I wrote down my intention and I have the target and I explained to you what I want to do, which is repel, not necessarily kill, but repel the harmful infestation of these Japanese beetles. When I go into meditation to blend with my spirit guides and to blend with the energy that will help me with this, that would be part of this broadcast, I will, allow my energy to connect to my spirit guides. And I spoke in a previous tutorial that I would be working with George Washington Carver with this. Now that's in my imagination. I mean, I've never met the man. I've only known what anyone else would know from researching, but from my spiritual training and development, I know for certain and without a doubt that we are eternal beings. And when you call, people respond. And I've set the intent of connecting with someone that I know would be ideal spiritually to help in this particular situation. And I mentioned in the previous tutorial while I was getting in the mindset to work on this project and this tutorial, an image of George Washington Carver just kind of fell out of my folder of images that I use from time to time. And so yeah, I just thought that was interesting that I would share that. So I think I covered everything. Oh, I'm sorry. So once we get the frequency, you make note of that frequency. I have a number here, but I'm going to make sure I do it under all the right conditions. And then you simply tune the Intentionator to the corresponding frequency on this chart. And you place the image of the target along with your written intention, and you place that in between the copper plates. Make sure the antenna is up, and then you set the dial, set the tuner. And then meditate in front of the device. Place, pray ahead of time, meditate, play some spiritually uplifting music or sounds in the background. Or if you like classical music, like Bach or Beethoven, those are excellent frequencies to listen to. Whatever you feel intuitively inclined to listen to, allow yourself to get into that space. And then as you sit in front of the device, the Intentionator in this case, You close your eyes, you meditate, and you imagine that what you want has already occurred. So in this particular case, for this person, you would imagine that, for example, the end of the season, where you could measure everything because the season over. Imagine that there was no harmful infestation of these Japanese beetles. Imagine you having a conversation with those that you would normally have a conversation with and express how amazed you are that this worked, how amazed you are that this is real, that is, just feel that energy, picture it as if it already happened, because it has already happened. You have to just tune into that frequency to make it manifest into this experience. Trust me. So I'm going to help you with this. I think that's it. I was drifting off into meditation. I had to bring myself back. Make sure I got it. So you got your frequency. You document the frequency. You tune the intentionator to the frequency. You place the images of your target, your written intention. You place it into the between the two copper plates. Meditate in front of it for as long as you feel intuitively inclined to do so. And then also you ask your pendulum, how long should you broadcast? For example, if you have an alpha numeric chart, use that, to get an indicator for how many hours or days you would need to broadcast, or you can ask generically, for this broadcast to work optimally, I should broadcast for more than 1 day. Now, I'm getting a yes. Now, when I do this, again, I'm going to do this in a place that is sacred, my meditation space, my meditation room. But let's see what happens here. I need to broadcast this intention for more than 48 hours, more than 7 days. By the way, I'm getting a yes signal for now. I need to first of all, let me stop again. Let's go to a yes and no chart, for example, just so you can see. Yes. Yes. No. Let's see, how should I ask a question? The person that this tutorial is for will be able to successfully repel the Japanese beetles from infesting her home and her neighborhood. Interesting. I get a response that says, maybe. Stop. I will definitely be able to help this person repel these Japanese beetles, and it would be specific and measurable. It says yes. So I'm looking forward to taking on this project. Less, of course, the person I'm making this tutorial for prefer to do it herself or himself alone, so that they can see that they can do it. But if they want my help, I would definitely do so. But I will wait till I get permission and confirmation to do so. So I hope this is helpful to the person I made this for and for anyone else that can benefit from this information. Be well and live joyously. The Great Invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. The Great Invocation.